Newcastle United turnaround of result has been a steady and perfectly building process. It all started on 7th October 2021 when the club was purchased for a fee of 300 million euros by the consortium of PIF, PCP Capital Partners and RB Sports and Media. The share distribution goes as follows. The Saudi Public Investment Funds owns 80%, while the PCP Capital Partners and the Reuben brothers took 10% each. On 20th October 2021, the new owners parted ways with Steve Bruce and appointed Eddie Howe as their new manager on 8th November 2021. Eddie Howe was tasked with the task of taking Newcastle out of the relegation place. Newcastle was then 19th with 5 points in 11 games, 5 draws and 6 losses. The owners have a long-term project and vision for the club. Success is not a one-day job. They need everyone on board from the Newcastle fan base, players and the manager. They have been heavily involved with the team by attending all games and even engaging with the fans. The quick turnaround of result wasn't as quick as people might seem. Let's break down how Newcastle turned around their poor results. Appointment of Eddie Howe, a passionate manager with a clear vision for the club and someone who will clearly work with the squad to achieve their long-term goals. Eddie Howe had a poor start with Newcastle United. Within his first 6 Premier League games, Newcastle won 1 game, lost 3 and drew 2. Change was needed, and an immediate one as Newcastle were risking being relegated to the Championship. Key signings were made by Eddie Howe, backed by the management. Eddie Howe wanted to improve key areas in his team's defense, mid and striking position. January signing of midfielder Bruno Guimaraes from Lyon, striker Chris Wood from Burnley and defenders Dan Burn from Brighton. Kieran Trippier from Atletico Madrid and Matt Targett from Aston Villa. With their current and new signings, Newcastle were ready to fight for their survival. The turnaround of results started from January 15th to May 22nd, end of the season. Newcastle turned around their result by winning 12 games, drawing 2 and losing 5, as they managed to finish the league 11th with 49 points. Newcastle managed to survive relegation and gaining the most points from a team that was battling for survival. Eddie Howe has been able to perfectly implement his football philosophy with the ball, becoming a bit free-flowing and dominant, being comfortable in possession, and becoming better defensively. His team has been able to perfectly dominate and win games. Their pressing has been extraordinary and their ball recovery has been mind-blowing. Newcastle appointed Dan Ashworth as their sporting director to oversee their transfers, recruitments, and ensuring that the team remains competitive from the academy to the main team. Newcastle has been strategic in the transfer market, going for players that will improve their squad and not just purchasing players for their names. The addition of Alexander Isak from Real Sociedad, Steven Butman from Lille, and Nick Pope from Burnley has greatly improved the squad. Eddie Howe is putting a squad that in the near future will be fighting for the top 4 position in the Premier League. Newcastle remains an ambitious club that's willing to achieve their long-term goals. With the current squad, Newcastle may be aiming to achieve European football this season. Newcastle is currently 6th in the Premier League table with 14 points in 9 games. 3 wins, 5 draws and 1 loss in 9 games. At the same time scoring 17 goals and conceding 9 goals. Newcastle remains to be one of the teams to watch out. A team that has a clear long-term project, a clear strategy in the transfer market, good financing from the owners, good, energetic and passionate fan base, and a good manager.